Hey everybody, as you saw in the title, this video is about how to read the Bible objectively and without any bias. And to help you remember the main points of how to do that, I actually wrote a song about how to read the Bible objectively without any bias, but some of you know, like, I can't sing at all. So I tapped in my friend Kevin here to sing the song for us to help you remember the main points of how to read the Bible objectively and without any bias. And yeah, if there's one thing I know from working with Kevin for a while, it's that he looks great in sepia, so we're gonna get that sepia going. Okay.
Yeah, you know, and sepia just kind of sets the stage for authenticity.
For authenticity.
Which is, yeah, what we're going for.
For authenticity.
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 And Jeff, so you know, I brought a capo and 4 chords, so we can do any worship song in the world.
I'm ready for
but
it.
I'm really excited to dive into this one of yours.
Okay, great.
Just, here we go. I'd just like to kind of, you know, set the mood a little bit. I like to picture the, you know, the church. Come on, raise your hand. Just close your eyes. Yes, Lord. Yes. Jeff, I can't. No, Jeff, I can't. I can't. Sorry, I can't.
You can't?
I can't. It's just, it's not even a chord thing. It's just, I can't, you can't, we can't.
Yeah. You can't read the Bible objectively and without any bias.
You can't.
You can't. Hey Internet, my name is Jeff and I'm a pastor, and today we are talking about how to read the Bible objectively with no bias whatsoever, and as the song just said, you can't. You can't read the Bible with complete objectivity and with no bias whatsoever. I mean, think about it. Think about all of the tiny little things that make you you right now. And think about how all of those different things are going to have an effect for how you take something in, or how you interpret it, or how you consume it. You know, just think about this video, for example. Maybe you just got in a fight with one of your friends, or maybe you just got out of traffic, or maybe you're stuck in traffic. In that case, why are you watching YouTube? Turn it off, put your phone away. All of these tiny little things that can affect our mood and shape our circumstances, they are going to change the way that we approach something, whether that be a movie or a TV show or a book or the Bible. There are so many things that are making you you right now, and they're all going to shape the way that you approach the text. You have biases. I have biases. We all have biases. But I'm actually going to take this entire thing a step further, and I'm going to suggest that the Bible actually assumes that we're going to approach it with biases. So take as an example 2 books, 2 Gospels, the Gospel of Matthew and the Gospel of Luke. Now, the Gospel of Matthew begins with a genealogy. Who's going to care about that? Well, it's a Hebrew genealogy, and so the Jewish people are going to care about that. The ancient Jewish people are going to care about that. See, Matthew writes with the assumption that the people who are reading his book or hearing his book read to them are going to be Jewish and have all of the biases that come from that. Flip side, if you take a look at the Gospel of Luke, the Gospel of Luke is addressed to a guy named Most Excellent Theophilus. I want to know how you get that title, by the way. Most Excellent Theophilus. Actually, I do know how you get that title. First of all, the title Most Excellent means that he was in the upper echelons of Roman society, and possibly even a politician. And that name, Theophilus, it's a very Greek name. This dude is a Gentile, and Luke is writing his gospel with the assumption that it's going to be read with all of the biases that come from being an ancient Roman Gentile. That's what Luke assumes. Or, just as another example, let's take a look at two of Paul's letters, the book of Galatians and the book of 1 Corinthians. The book of Galatians, the message that you're going to find in it over and over again is, lighten up, you are free from the law. And the message that you're going to find in the book of 1 Corinthians is, you guys kind of need some more laws and you guys kind of need some more structure, right? The assumption of Galatians is these are people who are law obsessed and religion obsessed, and those are the biases that they're coming at this letter with. And the assumption of 1 Corinthians is these are people who are libertines. New Testament scholars call them libertines. Who actually uses that word other than New Testament scholars? But these are people who need more structure. The bias is that these are people who shy away from structure and need more of it. So you cannot approach a text without some sort of bias and with complete objectivity. You just can't do it. But the good news is that the Bible assumes that you are going to have some biases. So just a couple of practical things. One, ease up on the fact that maybe you have some biases when you approach the text. You know, I hear people all the time talking about how they're objective and they just read the Word of God and they don't need to interpret it, and they just preach the Word of God and they don't need to interpret it. Well, you're interpreting it because you have biases, because everyone has biases, and the Bible assumes that you are going to have biases. But also, you might need to lighten up because you might think that it's some sort of requirement that if you're going to read the Bible, you need to check your personality at the door. You don't. The Bible assumes you're going to have a personality. The Bible assumes that you are going to have some biases. So the next time you're in a Bible study and someone says, I don't know, I don't think that you're looking at this text objectively enough, maybe you can just kind of say, yeah, I've got some biases. You do too. We all do. It's fine. In fact, the Bible assumes it. Or the next time you read the Bible thinking that you need to check your personality or check your biases at the door, remember, the Bible is a book that welcomes you with your biases. It's going to challenge your biases, believe me, but isn't that a good thing? That means personal growth, right? So the Bible assumes that you're going to have biases, but it's going to challenge those biases. Let it happen. Enjoy the ride of this book. All right, that's it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, click like. Please click subscribe regardless, because that would help me out a whole lot. I mentioned that in my last video, that a subscription would help me out a whole lot. And leave a comment if you'd like to hear more stuff like this, short stuff about the Bible in general. And I'll see you in the next one. Grace and peace, everybody.